I am not an electrician.
I need to make shirts for the birthday boy. Got a busy day today. First up is a t-ball game for Jackson, and then Clayton's heading to Menards to grab some stuff to fix the house and check some stuff off the list there. And then we are heading to a birthday party, and the kids are gonna try gymnastics for the first time. See how this goes.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredients, believe. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go,
So I think we told you guys in the last video that we got orders and we're moving to San Antonio, Texas. So we're getting pretty close to that time. We've got to move here in a little over a month. We sold this house in Ohio a couple weeks ago, and so we're just waiting on closing and everything. We got the inspection back, and the new buyers have a few things that they want us to fix before they move in and before we close in the middle of July. Nothing too crazy. They want us to fix a three-way switch in the basement, which we knew was broken, so we'll fix that. Too easy. And then they want a dedicated light switch to the garage door opener, which already exists. I just happen to have added additional lighting on the ceiling, which I was going to leave for the new owners, but if they want a dedicated light switch, I'll take those down and bring those lights with me. Boom, dedicated light switch. So that's an easy one. And then they want drainage, or they want the downspouts on the gutters to extend 6 to 8 feet away from the house. So we got some obnoxiously long drain pipe that's coming through Amazon, just the plastic stuff that attaches to the end of the drain spout. That'll be all three things, and then we'll be good to go. The drain spouts I am not gonna do until right before closing, because for now I still have to cut the grass and I don't want to be moving those things around. So right now we're gonna go see if we can get those three-way light switches fixed real quick and check one thing off of our list. So come along. All right, so here's the problem with three-way switch. As you can see, the light switch works. The problem is there's a light switch here and one up at the top of the stairs. And right now, whatever light switch you turn the lights on with, you have to turn them back off with the same one. So we'll get these light switches replaced. Hopefully that fixes the problem, and we'll be good to go. We'll leave this light on here for a second. I'll go flip the breaker, and we'll get started. All right, so we're not gonna make this like a real DIY video. I am not an electrician, but I should be capable of switching out a light switch. Essentially, these three-way switches are pretty easy. Like once I take that one off, I should see a common with either labeled common or a black screw. Whatever wire is going to that one will need to go to the common on this light switch. The other two don't really matter. They can go on either one. Pull it off, put this one back, replace it with this one, put the cover back on, and we should have lights. So wish me luck. We'll see how this goes. Alright, got that out, so we'll just make note of like which one is the common. Turns out it's hard to see with the lights on. Alright, sweet. They're labeled exactly the same. So it turns out Amanda treats her cameras like she does her cars when I'm going to use them, and leaves them completely on empty. The battery died while I was getting this off, and I didn't want to stop in the middle to go get a new battery. So we got the first light switch off. That's what it looks like. Now we'll go ahead and throw the new one on there and see what we got. Alright, so now that we got that all replaced, we go flip the breaker back on real quick, and then at least just make sure that this light switch works before we go do the other one and test if the three-way portion of it works. So, wish us luck. So that looks promising. We at least have power. Now does it turn off? Hey. Nothing's on fire and the light switch works up here. Now let's go, actually, before we replace the other one, let's walk upstairs and see if this was the only bad three-way switch. We may get away with only having to replace one. So we've got it turned on with the downstairs switch. See what we got here. Nothing. All right. So it looks like that maybe was not the bad one, or they were both bad. So we'll see if we can replace this switch. Hopefully it is just the switches. If not, we'll have to call somebody out here to look at the wiring and see where it's all messed up. But no big deal either way. All right, so we're gonna do the same exact process up here. Hopefully that fixes the problem. Don't worry, I didn't switch the breakers. Nothing crazy going on. Also, check out the sweet Whiskey Tango Chaos shirts that came in. Thanks to everybody who supported by listening to the podcast or by buying shirts or telling a friend. We really appreciate it. And if you want to hear more about our PCS, buying the house in Texas, like all of that, some of it will be on the YouTube, but we'll probably go into like a lot more detail about just what that process looks like, especially the PCS portion of it on the podcast. So make sure to check it out. You can listen wherever you listen to your podcast, Apple, Spotify, wherever that may be. Oh, and we were able to raise, so we raised over 200 bucks, like just on the shirts, and then Amanda and I matched it. So we raised right around 500 bucks for a given hour. So really, really appreciate it. Now the cat's trying to go downstairs. Stetson. If he gets down there, I'll never find him again. So you stay up here. You were sleeping. Go find somewhere to lay down. Be a cat. Of course, in typical cat fashion, he's going to ignore me and go right back downstairs. Hopefully this fixes it, because these light switches are like pretty cheap. They're like $2, I think, at Menards a piece. So that'd be pretty awesome if we were able to knock this one off of our list without having to call in anyone else.
So while Clayton's in the house checking off some of the to-do list items, I'm taking the boys to a birthday party, and it's going to be at a gymnastics facility, and I can't wait. They're going to have a lot of fun.
Alright, we got the new light switches installed. We'll go turn the breaker on and hopefully this worked. If not, I guess we'll go back to the old YouTubes and see what happens. Alright, so we turn it on from the bottom. Now if this was actually the problem, this should turn the light off. Hey, check that one off the list. So awesome. The other two should be really easy. Like I said, we got to take the lights down. No big deal. We'll do that when we leave, and then right before closing, we'll throw those downspouts on the gutter because I don't want to have to move them every time I cut the grass, and we'll be good to go. This will be somebody else's house here in about a month and a half. Thanks for the help, bud. Alright, so just so you can see what I was talking about with the outlet on the ceiling with the garage door opener, we'll flip you around here. So if you look up at our garage door opener, it has a dedicated outlet up there, but I like to have a little extra light in here when I'm doing like woodworking and things like that, especially in the winter, so that I can actually see what I'm doing. So I added these lights up here. They're super cheap off of Amazon. They were only like, I think they were like 30 or 35 bucks. So I was just gonna leave them because it wasn't worth the hassle of like climbing on a ladder and pulling them off the ceiling. If they want a dedicated outlet, they get a dedicated outlet. So we got back from gymnastics a little bit ago. Clayton's finished up the chores of the house. We've been sitting outside just relaxing, playing, whatever. It's getting ready to rain, so we came in. The kids are watching the new Sonic, and we actually have a birthday party next weekend. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting ready for that. I need to make shirts for the birthday boy's brother, myself, and go ahead and start working on that. Okay, Waylon, you want your pizza? Has a lot of pieces to it.
lot of cuts it's gotta make, so. This might be the most complicated project that I've ever done. 13 layers of vinyl, 2 burns on my hand, but we've got birthday shirts finished with the boys. I also did something on the back because I thought, you know, it'd be really cute since they're so close in age and like friendship wise. So we got to infinity and beyond. I must have struck like a little bit of good luck with this crafting project. There was no tears, no headache, just a couple of burns, but it did take a while and I'm exhausted. So this is where we're gonna wrap this video. I'm exhausted. Clayton and I are actually hopping on here in a second to start doing a podcast. If you haven't checked it out, whiskeytangochaos.com, Whiskey Tango Chaos and any of the podcasting platforms. We're doing a little bit of a tasting tonight. It should be a blast. And then it's bed. So this is where we're wrapping it up. We'll see y'all next week for the party.
Goodbye.
You ready to see your shirt for your brother's birthday? Okay, open them. What do you think? Look at the back. All that work?
Yeah.
Jackson, when he hits it, you run. Hey, Jackson, watch the batter when he hit. Hey, no cat. Now he's jumping up on the camera trying to say hi to you guys. And watch the batter. Got all our wires reattached. Move the cat again so he doesn't break the camera. Fast like Sonic.